So what we have here is a little bit more about this idea of marginal cost. Because like I said, I know the math behind it can be a little bit tricky, but I hope after taking a look at this in a little bit more detail, you'll see that it's not as bad as it leads on. First, we need to make sure that we understand this formula for marginal cost, right? The formula is that it's the change in our total cost divided by the change in our total product. Now, a few quick hints there that might help you. One thing to know is that our change in our total product right here, we already know what that is. That is just our marginal product, right? Because we already saw that our marginal product tells us what is our change in our total product, right? It's that. We already know that that's what that is. Now, our change in our total cost, we'll see, is just what happens when we go from one step to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next along the way. And so I think this will become a little bit more clear as we go back through these examples. So we're always going to say is that whenever we have a workers of zero, so zero labor, we're going to have no marginal cost because we haven't had any additional of anything yet. But let's go ahead and take a look here at what we've got going on when we go from 0 workers up to 1 worker. So as we go from 0 workers up to 1 worker, first what we need to ask ourselves is, what is the change in our total cost? Well, our total cost was right here at 25, and now it goes to 50. So what is the change as we go from 25 to 50? Well, our change is $25, right? We go up by $25. So we'll write that off to the side over here. We got 25, and we divide that by our change in our total product. And really what that's saying is as we go from 0 worker up to 1 worker, what's happening to our total product? Our total product was at 0, and now our total product goes up to 4. So how much did it change by? Well, it changed by 4. And again, that's exactly what this marginal product is here. So we write 25 over 4, and 25 over 4 for us is going to equal $6.25. So we're going to write that right there as $6.25. Now, if we look then at this next one, let's get some of these lines out of the way so they're not confusing. As we look at this next one, now we want to say, well, what happens when we go from our first worker, right, our first worker, to our second worker? So we go from our first to our second. Well, first and foremost, what we need to do is say, well, what is our change in our total cost? So when we only had 1 worker, we were at $50. Now we jump to $75. How much did our total cost change by? Well, it changed by, again, $25. We went up by $25. Now, what happened, though? So I'll write 25 here. And we divide that by, well, what did happen to our total product? Our total product was at 4. It went up to 10. Well, again, we went up by 6, which is exactly what this is. So 25 divided by 6. And when we take 25 divided by 6, what we end up getting is, well, once we round it, $4.17. So we have $4.17. Okay? Now, again, let's keep going to the next one because I want to make sure that we see this and we really get this and we really understand this. So this time we're going to be going from having 2 workers, and we're going to go from 2 workers up to 3 workers because we're just going our next additional worker, right? That's what marginal means. It means additional. So when we go from 2 workers up to 3 workers, we want to say, what is our change in our total cost? Well, again, our total cost went from 75 up to 100. So again, how much did our total cost change by? 25. You guys are seeing this pattern here, right? And it's because since our cost changes by $25 for every worker we hire, the change in the total cost is always just going to be equal to our per worker cost, right? And so since it's $25, every time we add 1 more worker, it's an additional $25. So here, whenever we go from 75 to 100, we have an additional $25, and we divide that by our change in our total product. So again, we went from 10 up to 13. Going from 10 up to 13, we added 3. All right, we can see that right there because that's what our marginal product tells us. So 25 divided by 3 is equal to 833. And just so you guys know, I let you guys use calculators, and so don't feel like you have to have this all figured out. I'm sitting here with my phone in front of me as a calculator because I can't even do these in my head. So going on again to the next one, again, as we go to the next one, we want to ask those exact same questions. When we go from 3 up to 4, This time we went from $100 up to $125. So again, added $25. So $25 change in total cost divided by our change in our total product. 13 up to 15. We added 2, right? So 25 divided by 2 is 1250. And then I think you guys saw that this last one, when we add our last worker, we're just adding 1 as we add $25, and 25 divided by 1 is going to be 25. So again, what are we saying here with marginal cost? Well, we're just saying, okay, for every single pizza that we add, how much did that additional pizza cost us, right? Like if we go all the way back to this first step where we had $6.25. Well, what's that meaning? What does $6.25 mean? Well, it means that each one of these 4 pizzas cost us another $6.25 to make, because we already were paying that 25 from before. We added 25 more dollars, and by adding 25 more dollars, we got 4, I should say, be circling that one. We got 4 more pizzas out of it. So 25 more dollars, 4 more pizzas, each one of those pizzas, $6.25. And that's what we did all the way down here.